I'm here with teacher Henry, who will also be teaching our basic class in upcoming June 16, which we already postponed from June 9. So, hello, how are you doing, teacher Henry?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you for
Okay.
having me.
Yep. So, I'm very glad I have you here, and we've known each other for more than I think 4 years. I guess so.
Mm.
So, and at the same time, we are also from Kachin State, and he's also from Myitkyina, and I'm also from Myitkyina, and we're both Kachin, and I'm really proud to have you here. So, firstly, can you introduce about yourself and then your education background and yep, stuff like that?
Uh, okay. So my name is Lum Dao, and I also go by Henry. And I am an engineering student at Technological University Mandalay. I finished year two, and at the moment, I'm working as a professional English teacher here in Yangon.
Okay, so can you share about the experience like we had ba yeah, back in 2022, you used to be my student as well. So,
Yeah,
from this class, what kind of methods did you learn and you have been implementing these methods or yeah, how useful was all those methods?
well, actually, I thought that I had a wide vocabulary because, like there was a stereotype that we used to believe if you pass the matriculation with a distinction in the English
Mm-hmm.
subject. And yeah, I was also one of those who believed that.
Mm-hmm.
And like before I joined your class, I thought that my English was good enough. But
Mm-hmm.
one thing I realized after I joined your class is that um, you have to use the right vocabulary in the right situation
Uh-huh. That's good. Mm-hmm.
to make, to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like to have better communication.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. So, by the way, here, teacher Henry passed the matriculation exam in five distinction, right? Five or
Yes,
four?
I would say five,
Five
but
distinction. Okay.
like, is it such a shame confession, to say that I passed with distinction in English?
No, you're actually very hardworking. I've had like an eye on you ever since I visited the
Mm,
foundation. So you were very active, and at the same time, I saw you at a seminar as well. So you were doing pretty good. So at that time, I also needed an assistant teacher because I couldn't, handle a lot of classes. So, yeah, you were there. And then at the same time, so the thing is like, teacher Henry at that time, you were 22, 20? How old were you back then? 2022.
yeah, I think 22, I would say.
22, right. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, he was 22. And then he had a lot of work. Okay, you have to teach many students. And at the same time, he was also trying very hard. In my class, he used to be like a type of student who always submit the assignment and he always
Mm.
makes sure like all the sentences are used correctly. And yeah, he tends to ask me question as well. So for those who join my video class, which is Google class, you might have seen him in my video class because there were the recordings I did back then. So
Mm.
yeah, I'm very proud of you. And at the same time, now you're standing on your own 2 feet, which is pretty impressive. So what about like right after you finish all this matriculation exam and stuff, and then you went to engineering school? Are you interested in engineering or you had no choice or people
Mm, Back in 2017, I didn't have any like strong decision what I wanted to be. So, as a student with like strong academic, I
Mhm.
just went to engineering school because that is what most Myanmar students did.
Yeah.
So I did the same.
Okay. Like, did you learn English accidentally or maybe were you that enthusiastic to learn English? How did you start learning English? And when was it?
Mm, I would say that my English learning journey started through a formal education, just like other like learner did.
Mm-hmm.
But since I passed 2017, as I have mentioned earlier, I thought like my English was kind of good enough, like to
Mm-hmm.
communicate with people. So,
Yeah, huh?
but I took a course at a local like private school
Mm-hmm.
in like in Myitkyina,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just found out that my English was like kind of it wasn't good enough, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So since that time, I just started to learn English. But
Okay.
as a
Mm-hmm.
teacher, I would say I did not have much like formal study. I did not
Mm-hmm.
have any like period to study.
Mm-hmm.
So I surround myself with English, and I think like what helped me improve my English was my daily exposure to English, you know,
Uh-huh.
because like as I'm teaching at the moment and I review my lesson, I prepare my lessons and I discuss with my student. So I would say my daily contact with English, it's one of the most effective method that helped me improve my English.
Yeah, which is teaching, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're on a topic of teaching. So how long have you been teaching?
I started to teach since 2017, but at that time I did not specialize in English, you know. So I
Mm-hmm.
passed the matriculation exam, so I work as a guide teacher, like
Uh-huh. Which
all
is
the time.
very
Yeah,
common. Very
yeah, yeah,
common.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you also teach mathematics and other subjects like that.
I did.
To this day, did you have any challenges? Let's say your English is around maybe like more than upper intermediate level or maybe around advanced level right now, right? You have already done your IELTS as well, right? So, you know, to this day, do you feel like awkward or do you feel intimidated when you have to speak in front of people or not anymore?
Honestly, I still because like even like I have been studying English like for over a decade, but I still find like challenging to use some word in the right context because like in the situation where I'm not familiar with, I still make mistake. So it also remind me that I still have to improve my English. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. So has English changed your life or do people start, treating you differently when you can speak English very well?
I would say some of my friends, you know, that sometimes they just casually talk to me, but like as they know that I work as a teacher, you know, I teach English, so they will start calling me like teacher or mister or like they put title in front of my name when they call me. So I
Mm-hmm.
would say that is one of like it's kind of like very obvious.
So now you're like a youth, let's say a youth who came from rural area,
Yes.
right? And then at the same time, you're supporting yourself without any, financial support from maybe family members, right? So how are you managing? Like, how is like this teaching career help you survive and stuff like that?
I would say, you know, like mastering English helped me a lot, not only like managing, not only financially, but also like socially and everything here in Yangon. Because like as a student who doesn't have much knowledge about the engineering field, it is not easy to survive in Yangon in the like engineering field. But at the moment, all I know is like English, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just like teach English and
Mm-hmm.
it keeps me really, really comfortable
Mm-hmm.
and here in Yangon. So yeah.
Okay, that's glad to know, you know. Let's say a lot of students to a certain level, they have reached English to a certain level. And
Mm-hmm.
because of the, educational background and how they were taught English at school, most of them struggle to speak and write. It's not that easy.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you do it? How did you overcome that?
Well, actually, like it is not an easy skill, but one thing that helped me improve like those skills was that for me, I just practice alone.
Mm-hmm.
But each day we have like so many like the technology is advanced,
Mm-hmm.
so we can use like so many tools, and we have so many websites that we can practice on the internet, like
Mm-hmm.
episode,
Uh-huh.
which used a lot. So one thing I would recommend student is that to be consistent.
Yep.
So in the beginning, you might feel that you won't feel any improvement in your study.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to remember, keep it in mind that Rome wasn't built in a day. So like
Mm-hmm.
make sure you're consistent, and at the same time you have to like practice and make sure like you surround yourself with English.
Yep.
So you'll see a significant improvement. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's how you did. Yeah, I totally agree with that. So the thing is like a lot of students expect, you know,
Mm.
people in Myanmar like shortcuts a lot.
Yeah.
1 month shortcut, 3 months shortcut class. So guys, those kind of things doesn't exist, you know? Now here, teacher Henry, he's been learning English for more than a decade,
Yes.
consistently. And at the same time, he used to be my student, so I know him for sure. Like, he is consistent and then he is hardworking. Not only in studies, but when it comes to his personal development. Unless you have, a burning desire, you wouldn't be able to achieve or master a language overnight. And
Mm.
a lot of people think like, most of us expect, even like when you're sick, you know,
Mm.
you want to go to the doctor and then you expect the doctor to treat you like right away. But it takes time, right? And then it might work for a while, maybe like a few hours. But then if you want to be healthy, you have to do exercise, you have to hit the gym, right? You have to sleep early and stuff like that. So it's not that easy, right? And good things take time. That just like I always tell to my student, right? So some people just maybe, yeah, you have that kind of students, right? Let's say I want to go to US in 3 months, or I'm going to Singapore in 3 months. Can you teach me like maybe a crash course? Okay, yeah, things like that. So did you ever have that kind of experience, like where a student come to you?
Many students like they show me like a strong desire to master English in a few months, in a short period,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
like not more than a month, I would say. They just
Mm-hmm.
disappear for some reasons, you know.
They just give
And
you pocket money. They just give you pocket money for free.
kind of.
So, yeah. And the thing is, like, when you are at a certain level, you
Hmm.
think you have already achieved this, what, fluency in English. You have at that moment, I have at that moment where I thought I was already very good in English, but then until you had like a slap in your face. Wake up, you're not that good. Right? Wake up, you're not that good. Look at you. You have to do this, you have to do that. So just like, I have to post this video on YouTube as well. Empty
Hmm.
vessels make the most noise.
Yes, yes, of course.
If you do not have enough knowledge, so let's say you haven't gone up to a certain level and then
Hmm.
you think that you're the best. We all used to think that way, right? Or did you have that kind of moment, and what was like a slap in the face for you? Can you
Mm,
explain that moment?
yeah, I would say, obviously, back in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
I passed the English with a distinction. So,
Ah,
and not only that, I was like the only achiever in my high school. So I
yeah.
was like a big fish in a small pond.
Yeah, big fish in a small pond, of course.
Yeah. That was quite, how can I say, embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Like only after I joined private class at a
Mm-hmm.
local high school, like school, I just suddenly like noticed that my English still sucks. So yeah, I still need to improve even now.
Yeah. Even though I'm teaching, you're also
Ye-
teaching.
Yes,
We know that we still need to learn a lot,
of course.
right? So guys, if you think that you're the best, you're not you're not going anywhere. So
Yeah.
always think that, there's like no master in language or something.
Hmm.
Even native speaker, there are a lot of words and a lot of vocabularies they don't even know.
Yes.
And for us, as English would be like my foot language. For you,
Mm.
third language, right?
Yes, I would say that.
Yeah, third language. So it's not that easy, you know? And I want to discuss this topic as well. Let's say you used to have a certain level, maybe back in 2022, your level was like advanced level. And then after that, you stop learning, you stop interacting in English. It doesn't guarantee like that certain proficiency will stick with you like, until
Hmm.
you die, right?
Yes.
So, was there any moment like you haven't practiced or you haven't been speaking English for maybe 2 or 3 months, and then you found out that your English got very rusty? Did you have any kind of that moment? Any experience?
Mm, I would say yes because like as a youth who is surviving alone in Myanmar, like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I feel like very depressed and I just stopped practicing my English.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time I start going back to my career, as an
Mm-hmm.
English teacher, I just on the first day of my job, I suddenly felt that my English is not good as as I was before.
Mm-hmm.
So I just realized that I need to improve. Like I mean, like I still need to
Mm-hmm.
put some efforts.
Yeah, of course. And that's like embarrassing moment, like especially when you're in front of your student.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, not only you, like it happens to literally everyone because English is not our first language,
yeah.
right? English is our first language. It happens to me all the time as well. It was back in 2023 or something. I fell sick. So
Mm,
I took a leave for like more than a month and 2 months, and I was depressed as well because I gained a lot of weight.
mm,
I started gaining weight, and then not only did I feel, you know, uncomfortable about my body, and at the same time, my English got rusty. I couldn't speak that much.
mm,
Okay. People might think that I upload a lot of videos on TikTok and all the social media stuff, but the thing is, like, I was like stuttering in front of students. Oh my God. Oh my God. I need to get back on track again. So it was only 2 months. Imagine. It was only 2 months. So if you have only finished your basic class and then if you stop right away, and then do you expect that you are left with like zero English? Okay. If you take a rest after a basic class, so do not expect, or to have, I have already forgotten. Okay, there are a lot of students. Okay, like, all right, I used to have this class. Okay, I used to take this class back in January, and that it was elementary class. I think I am in elementary level. Are you sure? It was back in
mm.
January. Now it's already June.
But like many people, many English learner, like their English level get stuck like in the same level.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Mm,
Even though you're not taking any classes, you still need to practice
of
or
course.
speak to someone in English, right? So you said you did a lot of self-study alone. So yeah, can you share a little bit like detailed tips for learners when you had no class?
Well, one thing that I did a lot to improve my English is that I just write down everything that comes into my mind.
Oh, that's good.
So like whenever I see like something or I hear or I like suddenly read something
Mm-hmm.
uh I don't know, I would just like go to Google and search
Mm-hmm.
on. I still remember the day like one of my teachers said that break a leg when I told him that I had an exam the next day, and
Mm-hmm.
he was like break a leg. So I just suddenly like kind of like how can I say like the surprise or like
Mm-hmm.
I mean like what, you know because like I thought that why did he make such a wish? He was supposed to make me like to
Mm-hmm.
wish better for me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That is like and so the next day I just like go to Google and like search it the
Mm-hmm.
phrase, the idiom, and
Right
then
away. Mm-hmm.
I found the meaning. So that's like how I usually did it because like whenever you see a new word or you hear something like that you don't know, you're not familiar, like my
Mm-hmm.
advice is like go to Google. You
Yeah.
don't have to ask other teacher on the
Yeah.
internet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like under the comment section, I see that like many people
I
are like
know. I know. I'm
request.
tired of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to like you have to do it by yourself, you know.
Yeah. So people don't want to even zero effort. They don't want to put like the thing is like maybe we had experience back in school day, back in state school, our teachers used to give us what to study. All right, for
Mm.
this exam, you study this part and that part. So students are used to that kind of system, spoon
Mm.
feeding system.
Spoon fitting system.
So they expect you to answer like every little detail like question. But for me, it's like there are a lot of students who ask me about teacher, how do you pronounce this? I mean like just for pronunciation, you don't have to ask me, you know. There are a lot of dictionary apps and Google is there. Now even ChatGPT is there. And then
Mm.
if you don't even want to put like that much of amount of effort, then don't even, learn English anymore. You're not really into English. You just want to learn because people are speaking, or you feel small when you're around your friends. So that shouldn't be the reason, the drive should be like, oh,
Mm.
I really want to learn English, because that would be good for my future. You have to think that way. And yeah, just like you told me, if the student does not do enough research on his own, he won't improve. He depends too much on the teacher. The teachers are not God. I'm not genie, right? Oh, make a wish. You have three wish. No, I'm not a genie. So yeah,
Mm.
so that's also like the thing I like about you because in you I see myself. I
Mm.
was I was also a student of teacher Suang back then.
Mm-hmm.
And then I always do my own research, before
Mm.
I ask him. If I ask him, that would be the question like I would be a little bit confused or I couldn't find it. I try my best and if I couldn't find that certain word, then I would just ask him. But simple question, no, I don't dare to disturb him, he's busy. And at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, if I go and answer all these comments, okay, on TikTok, you can reply to that with a video, right? Then I
Yeah.
would get a lot of followers. But I don't want to do that. That's a great way of, or, getting attention from other people. But
Mm.
if it's not worth my time, I won't reply to that certain comment because it's just like people are just commenting on your post, not because they're interested in English. So I'm not bragging myself, but some people just comment because I look beautiful, I look pretty. Okay. So things like that. So they're not serious at all. Right? They're not serious at all.
I think like this is because like students are still used to like traditional teaching methods, you know.
Yeah.
Like back in the old days, students are like empty vessel and teachers are the one who has to fill it.
Mm-hmm.
So you still expect teachers to fill their empty vessels, you know.
Yeah. So that's not right, guys. This day, you don't even need teachers anymore. If you are smart enough, not smart enough, like if you have the willingness to do something, you know, if you don't have that desire, I would say burning desire, you're not gonna make it for sure. Not
Mm.
only English, but if you learning something, let's say AI, video editing and stuff, you have to do something people can do,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
So that's why you're different from others. So among your circle of friends, so are your circle of friends also in this teaching field, or are they in the same professional level as you, or are you like the best in your circle of friends?
Actually, it is kind of like awkward to say that I'm the best, but
Okay.
I would say yes.
Uh-huh. All right. Then you need to find new friends. You
Yeah,
need to
of
find
course.
new friends.
Find someone who is better than me, you know.
Yeah.
I have to pick my version,
Mm-hmm.
my like
So
better.
not doesn't necessary to be friends, but the thing is like now I have a circle of friends, I've been I've been with that friends, not like together physically, but we always keep in touch. That's
Mm,
why I am confident like to do this podcast.
mm,
So you are also in my circle, right? My friends from Australia, US, London, they're also okay, circle. So the thing is like you have to surround yourself with people who inspire you. And
of
they
course.
also say like because of me, they get inspired a lot too. And then I
Mm,
get inspired because of them. We have to support each other, not like mentally draining gossip all the time. You know, she is blah blah blah. Okay, she got a new boyfriend, girlfriend, who cares those shit, right? Things
What?
like, yeah, are you surrounded by a good group of people? Then if you're not surrounded by those kind of people, you should be the one. You should be the one, the good friend. And then someone who can get inspired by people, right? So like, what about in your family? Like, are they proud of what you're doing?
Yeah, definitely. They are proud of me. So, and they
Hmm.
they really support me for everything that I do.
Yeah, that's good. And that's good to have a supporting family, right? So what about your future plan? Your future plan. What are you going to do? What are you going
Uh,
to study?
for now, like I still would like to go abroad and study and like advance, upgrade my English.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also at the same time, I'm planning to study abroad.
Uh-huh. So English or education, what are you going to study?
English and like education and English related majors.
Oh, that's very good. I thought you were going to continue your engineering.
Mm,
Not anymore.
really, yeah, not anymore.
Okay. You have already given up.
Yes, I
You
would
found your
say
new part. You found your new part. You found your profession. Yeah, that's
yes.
good. That's very good. That's very good. Because you started teaching not because you enjoy it, right?
Well, actually, like I started teaching because of like from the encouragement of my teachers and like my family members. But uh, like during the interaction with my students, like I felt like really happy and
Mm-hmm.
especially like the interaction with the students and also like seeing them like doing well in their like
Mm-hmm.
relationship and like this is like the best feeling. Maybe like
Yeah.
everything like they can feel it, at the aha moment, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, that's very good. So you fell in love with your career.
yeah, I would say like the how can I say like the soul of teaching flame has been
Mm-hmm.
like unconsciously burning in my mind.
Yeah, that's
I,
very good.
I
Mm-hmm.
would
Yeah, of course. Like, you know, a lot of young people are doing nothing, but they say they don't know what to do.
mm,
But you've been doing something ever since you finished your high school. And the
mm,
same things go for me. I've been doing something, something that makes you feel like you're doing something as a
yes,
useful youth. You're not wasting your time on social media doing nothing and complaining about the politics, complaining about your family background, or yeah, you're not giving a shit of any of that, and you keep doing what you like. Not what you like, but you're supposed to do,
yes, of course.
right? The thing is like if people have like too much time, they tend to think or they tend to overthink a lot. So
Yes,
instead of overthinking, do something. And then if you're doing something, you will find your passion.
mm,
Let's say if you're doing this, if you don't like it, then you can try another one. Try it until you find your passion. So for you, the first job would be teaching, right? The first job.
yes.
Okay. So may I know the salary, like your first salary, how much was it?
Mm, I would say like around 2 lakhs because like I would say that was like how can I say the critical point of my life. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like famous, in
Mm-hmm.
just a small village. So many people
Mm-hmm.
asked me to be like their tutors and to be their guide teacher. So
Uh-huh.
I was kind of like quite famous. So
Oh,
I
that's very
two
good. 2 lakhs. That's a lot. For me, 80,000. I started with 80,000. But, now I don't even have to say. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, if you keep doing, like, the thing is, like, you were being consistent, right? You were being consistent. And apart from people telling you you should pursue this engineering field and stuff like that, you know, I mean, like, I think you're doing a great job. I was worried that, hey, is he going into engineering? That was the time you stopped teaching at my class because you said you were going okay on a field to do your project and stuff. And what is he engineer again? So I was like, okay, like, are you really into engineering or stuff? I was a bit I just want to question, what your future would look like. But now you have found your passion, and then at the same time you're continuing your not master, bachelor. Is it bachelor?
Yes.
Yeah, so keep going, you know. That's very good. And I would say a lot of students would come to me, like they don't have time, okay, and then they are depressed. Sometimes my chat box, my Facebook chat box looks like a therapy section. Some students would come to me, ask for my advice as if I was like a therapist, or sometimes they consider me as what? God, genie, just like I told you. What should I do? I just said, oh, don't give up, keep going,
You
do
should ask
that.
to pay your consultation fee, I think.
I should charge, per hour, how much? Okay. All right, that's very good. I think that's pretty much everything about this session. And yep, guys, like we have upcoming class, which is basic class coming June 16th. Okay, you can join this class and teacher Henry will be teaching the whole class. And yep, you shouldn't miss out this chance. And yep, thank you for being here. And do you have any, advice or to learners who just started their learning journey?
I would say, students, if you are really into English, like do not give reason. So,
Mm-hmm.
like there is a proverb, like when there is a will, there is a way, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you have to like be consistent. So do not stop studying and do not give reason.
No excuse.
Keep.
No excuse. All right. Thank you very much. And yep, that's for today's podcast. And I hope you enjoy it. And if you enjoy this, like comment something or, that could encourage us to keep going. So bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you.